I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Everything in here is being recorded. Roll call.
Ed?
Yep.
Tammy? Yep. Kathy?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes. Public participation on agenda items. I did. Agenda items. Anybody got a comment on agenda items? Approval of the minutes from the March 18th meeting and the special meeting on April 1st.
Also move that they would be adopted.
I'll second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Was the first, did we actually have a meeting, or was that the one?
I don't know,
The special meeting said.
it wasn't a special meeting, was that the right date?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Use that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Got a motion and a second. How do you vote?
Tammy?
Abstain.
Kathy?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes,
Ed?
Yep.
probably should note that Tim wasn't at that meeting.
Yeah, I was ready.
Financial business. Approval of the treasurer's report dated March 19 to April 15. Bank statements, bill list, and checks are all up here.
I'll move that the treasurer's report be approved.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. How do you vote?
Tammy?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Doug?
Oh, yeah.
Ed?
Motion to pay the bills.
Make a motion to pay the bills and get it on the floor.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. How do you vote?
Well, time for discussion. You thought we were gonna get away without discussion?
Okay.
He didn't think so, I know. There's an item on the bill from Michael's office. Time charting that Attorney Megan, and I don't recall her last name, we met with two supervisors here at the Township building. It was an unauthorized expenditure. They were not our attorney. And met with two supervisors while I sat right here. I didn't even know she was here. And I can't approve paying that bill.
I didn't see it.
Let's pull it out, we've got time.
No.
It's water, right?
General account. The green.
Towards the end. Meeting 325 with Supervisors Croft and Shingle. Mileage 23.3 miles, 58 cents a mile. Not a big charge, but $13.51 for the mileage. I'm not sure wherever the half an hour times their rate. Somebody wanna share with us what you
That actually
what you
wasn't,
guys,
well,
what you
that
guys
actually,
talked about?
that actually wasn't, I mean, she was coming to the meeting,
She didn't meet with you guys?
yeah.
Yes,
didn't meet
we discussed whether or not it had been properly, because you had gotten up and left and broke the quorum. And the
Yeah.
question was whether or not the next meeting needed to be advertised or not. So she came a little early to discuss that.
Yeah, that was it.
I wasn't one of them, I told her she was gonna be here.
If you remember, I sat down out here with you too, I didn't know she was back there.
I don't recall
Yeah.
that. She said she met with you.
Yeah, well, I did go back eventually, but that's fine, it's 1350, so what do you wanna do?
That's the mileage,
Oh,
yeah,
What's the other?
plus a half hour, or whatever the rate was.
What's the rate?
It's on the back page of the bill,
so what?
the very last page, it tells how much they charge per hour.
$13.
Are we allowed to ask you a question?
Hang on a second, we got that. So do you wanna, pay it other than the 78.51?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Alright. What's your question?
Who was she? And she wasn't obviously the township attorney. Who invited her here?
She, yeah. She works for Dennis Maple.
And they quit at the March meeting.
And I went in there and talked to him and asked for a letter of withdrawal, and he said he would continue on to help us out until we got another one. So they were still, we've still not got any official notice that they quit.
Was the entire board aware of that?
Aware of what?
The fact that he said he would continue after
Yes.
they resigned.
Yes.
I don't recall that, but it didn't make any difference. It was, they resigned, and it wasn't a decision that was just made at the meeting. Apparently that decision was made sometime before the meeting. And was certainly made some, at least at the very latest, same day, early in the day. They were gonna resign, because Mr. Furman told me that he was gonna be resigning the meeting. Because I told them that I would plan to put a motion on the floor to dismiss them. And I explained to him why, and wanted to hear it from me. He said, that's okay, I thank you for that, but he said, if it doesn't pass, it doesn't make any difference, because we're gonna quit anyways. So,
So you didn't tell the rest of us either?
no.
Okay.
No. There's a lot of things you guys don't share, you know, that's not kind of a two-way street.
Okay. So, anybody wanna make that motion?
Well, we can vote on that motion, but I'm not gonna vote yes on that, paying that bill.
Okay.
The auditors can take that up when they go to session.
Well, we have a motion and a second, right?
And as they pay all bills, you would like, can I withhold the one? If not, I'll make it.
You can amend it.
Well,
If you would like to amend it, I'll second it.
okay, I will amend it then to include all, but that one specific invoice, that one particular line item, I'll make those invoice for the mileage and the hourly rate.
Of the 78.51.
Yeah, whatever that total was, yeah.
Got a motion, or he amended his motion, you still want a second it?
Yes.
All right. Got a motion and a second, how do you vote?
Kathy,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Ed,
Yep. Code enforcement.
Yes, sir, for the month of March. For the month of March, we have the AGL. In February, we contacted our engineer. Letters have been sent by the engineer. about the encroachment on the right-of-way. I talked to Washington County Soil Conservation again. They're still in the, AGL still in the processing, permit process. They're gonna do hold on a second. They're gonna do another erosion inspection on the 18th, this Thursday. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, the property on Donegal Avenue. The letter was sent, we have not heard back from them yet. If we don't hear back from them in a reasonable amount of time, we'll have to do a search warrant, and I'll have to contact our building code official and have him go in and inspect the building to see if it's dilapidated. And that's it.
Could you talk a little bit about the problem with the computer system?
Yeah, it was actually later in the,
That's okay, you can use it now.
yeah, thanks. The motherboard went on the computer, on the main computer that we use as a server. They don't know if it was a problem with the Microsoft upload or whether it was malware that came in. But we had to replace the motherboard, I think it was 120. The rest of it fell under our service contract. And it took close to a week to get everything back on. And a lot of the programs aren't necessarily compatible. There's patches and fixes and stuff, but we seem to be back up to speed.
Is that a separate system from what we have in the office?
Oh,
They're not
yes.
connected in any fashion?
No, no.
Okay, thank you.
All right, engineer. No report.
No report on the, and were they drawing up some specifications for the wiring for the new building? You hear anything about that?
We got the bill.
That was Harshman, yeah, we,
Harshman.
We got the bill, but we don't have the product yet.
yes.
Ed has the drawings for this, that he brought out.
You say there are drawings
Yeah,
for the
Ed,
wiring?
Ed had them.
Oh, Ed has it
yeah.
back here? Okay,
Yeah, he's gonna,
okay, thank you.
Fire department.
Month of March, we answered 18 calls for service. 7 times we gave aid, 4 times we received aid. Our average time from dispatch to arrival on scene was 9 minutes. We had 1 truck tractor fire, 6 EMS calls, 3 crashes with no injuries, 1 water leak, 1 public service, 5 times we're dispatching canceled en route, and 1 time no incident was found. We utilized 188 man hours in March. That's all I have for that.
Okay, you got a fire marshal hat tonight?
Nothing to report.
No fire marshal. Office.
Sharon, how's things going?
Good.
Office is good?
Water and sewer.
I talked to John today. And he said that our chapter 110 report's been submitted. The pumps that, the pumps that were ordered, they should ship on April 29th. And our water usage in 2018, we had a usage per day of 50,638 gallons with a loss of 13,500 per day, leaving the water usage as 37,138, which is a 27% overall loss. That's our water usage for 2018.
Do we know what the acceptable level of loss is?
He said that's acceptable, the 27, he said you stay between 20 and 30%, so.
Amy, what did you say that the loss was? I couldn't hear that.
13,500 per day.
Gallons?
Yeah.
13,500 gallons per day.
acceptable?
That's what they said.
That's crazy.
Is that acceptable to?
Uh,
I mean, 25% of the water you're paying for,
Is
you're
gone.
not getting, you're
Correct.
not billing for it, correct?
Yes, so,
Well, maybe we should follow up like we did a couple years ago and went out with that
leak
testing,
detecting.
leak detector.
Yep. I'll have
We
him,
joined that Rural Water Association, so
We
we have the availability of,
well, and we've had purchase for us.
and we purchased some equipment, didn't we?
We did. So, I'll see if him and Rich can get that scheduled to start going out and going through the taps and see if we can locate any other water losses.
Well, we have a Main Street water loss, don't we?
We do, I believe,
But we don't know how much has gone there.
no.
Now, this doesn't include the one that was done on Tunnel Ridge, the
No.
issue?
No, just, so,
Maybe we should-
the upgrades
the upgrade,
at the sewer plant?
they're waiting on the pumps to come in to finish, which will be shipped April 29th. So,
With the aerator and so forth came in, correct?
yes. The,
The fluffer,
yeah.
the fluffer. I think there's a question in the back.
Yeah, Judy.
Tammy, what's that equate to in dollars? The 13,500 gallon loss of that?
Hold on.
And is commercial and residential same? Isn't there a difference in the rate?
Yes.
There's a difference of rate here, but not a charge to us. Am I correct? Yeah. So, let's see, you've got three, what's it worth, it to be 550? We pay 550. It's about 550 is what we pay per 1,000 gallons of water. So, it's about a $742.50 loss
A day?
a day.
I don't know who that's acceptable to,
I-
but
I'm not arguing with you, but according to the reports that he sends into the state, that's an acceptable loss, but
we'll send them the bill then.
I'd like to,
Tammy,
yeah,
isn't that $74? $5.50
I'm sorry.
times 13.5?
Yeah.
5.5?
Sorry, yes, you
Yeah, I'm
are
sorry.
correct.
That's your zero.
You're right, sorry. $75 a day.
Still unacceptable, but
Okay.
not nearly as.
Maybe just let him know that we need to,
Yeah,
we can follow up on those leaks.
22 a month, 100.
yeah,
At 67.50.
sorry, I put in, yep.
Parks and Rec.
5 cents a year, 5 cents per
Not too much from the rec board this month. We did have a deposit of $120 from the fitness center, and we had no expenses. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Police Department.
Going quick. This is for the month of March again. We had approximately 600 man-hours in service. That includes our court time, our regular scheduled time, training time, and overtime. Within those hours, we entered 124 calls for service, or 226 events. Brief overview, officers conducted approximately 33 traffic stops, investigated 6 traffic accidents, 5 non-reportable, 1 reportable. Officers issued approximately 26 citations, traffic citations, 2 non-traffic citations, and filed 4 criminal complaints. Charges were filed for harassment, there were 3 counts of that, 2 counts of terrorist threats, 1 indirect criminal contempt. Stolen property reported for the month of March was approximately $8,040. There was nothing recovered. In March, officers patrolled approximately 3,708 miles and used approximately 318 gallons in fuel. Now that's in combination with all our contracts. We did code enforcement. The magistrate collected $807.38 in fines for the township in the month of March. I've attached copies of Buffalo and Claysville's report, the report as always. We talked about the computer. In March, the rear wheel bearing and a front traction sensor had to be replaced in 7332. That's the oldest car we have. That's the one we're replacing. Now the steering gear is coming. We're in the process of trying to see whether it's worth replacing the steering gear or not. I think the complete assembly is like $1,000. The problem is that the dealership won't take it in on trade. So we may have to municipal bid it. The new police vehicle was ordered. The appropriate equipment was ordered. The vehicle may be in as soon as the end of the month. And then It'll probably be 2 to 3 weeks after that for the upfit. That's it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Road report, they're cutting back the roads, the sides and stuff, dragging, dirt and gravel roads, trying to keep up with, leveling the slips that we got. And we'll be sweeping the streets in Claysville and West Alexander this week. As soon as the weather permits, they're gonna start ditching. We need to put out a bid for, oil. And that's it. Anything, you got anything to add, Ed? You're good?
Actually, I had something about what the chief said, but I didn't catch it.
Uh,
Just whatever would net, as far as getting rid of the police car, if the dealer will not take it on trade, I would gladly volunteer to take it to the auction, no cost to the township, whatever it does at the, whatever I get a check for, that's what would be, wouldn't take any commission, no nothing, whatever would net the township more money. I'm not sure how the municipal bid works, but at the regular auction, you can set a reserve. I would be on the stand with the vehicle and have final say whether it goes or not, so you don't, it's not a no reserve type thing. The board could set a reserve price. I just, however it would net the township more money, I'd be glad to do that at no cost to the township.
The only thing I'd have to check is to make sure that that fell in compliance with the code.
Okay.
Which,
Just-
some stuff has to be bid, and there's processes for it. We could trade it in, and I know municipal bid qualifies. I'd have to find out. I appreciate it.
Whatever-
I mean, I'll look
whatever's
at it.
best for
Thank
the
you
township.
for it. Thank you.
all right. Solicitor, interview, solicitor, I thought that was over here.
I would like to suggest that we split them up. I want to go down to the other room while we interview one. I don't want them both here.
Yeah, I already, I talked to the chief, they can sit in there and we'll shut the doors.
Okay, that's fine.
Um,
Guys have to wrestle, arm wrestle, so you guys.
Me and Jimmy are good friends.
Well, you're both.
Flip a coin or something?
Whatever you want.
Okay, what's your name?
Jim. Jim, Biker.
Jim's going first, how's that?
Jim and Jim.
I'll go back.
Okay.
Easy to remember the name.
I can put the sound dead headsets on. Sound dead headset. Like Family Feud.
Come up. Sure. This is where the guy usually sits, so we can
All right.
keep in control.
Play Stump the Solicitor.
Yeah. We try to keep them within arm's reach.
Yeah, it's good.
I guess you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm James Jeffries. I've been practicing law for almost 17 years. I'm a partner out of the Pittsburgh-based law firm of Teresa, Shure and Jeffries. You can check us out on the web at ddslawfirm.com. I head up the Washington office. That's my personal office, and I guess I'm the managing partner there, and
That's where you spend most of your time.
that's where I spend most of my
Okay.
time. And we have an office in Pittsburgh, Monroeville, and McMurray. I've been doing solicitor work for 15 of my 17 years. I'm currently the solicitor for South Franklin Township for putting sewage in. I've done a sewage project out in North Strabane Township where I was solicitor for 5-6 years, I think, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I've been solicitor for the recorder of deeds, and I'm running general practice. Any specific questions?
Buddy?
I love the Steelers. Love the Pirates. Love-
Now he's just sucking up.
Unfortunately, the Penguins, you know, it's all right.
Okay. Are you sure your firm has the time to devote to serve Donald Township?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we have various associates, I myself, built it into my schedule, so no problem.
Okay.
We have the staff, paralegals, we have the experience. Combined, we have over 100 years' experience amongst all the partners. So with my office, you get me, I'll be the point person. And I'll be here at the meetings if you so find inclined to hire our office, but I will lean upon Mr. DeRiso. He's the first DeRiso on DeRiso. And I'll also lean on the second DeRiso. And I also have an associate in my Washington office who's, he's loosely associated with my office. You may know him, Pat Smiter. He's been a solicitor for almost 30 years everywhere, and he's my good friend, and he helps out.
Can you advise the board on the law without trying to run the township?
Oh, no, you won't hear a peep out of me unless you ask me. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right on the button.
I know Mr. Maple.
Does your firm currently, or have you ever, you or your firm had any business or personal dealings with any board member?
No. Don't recognize the names or the faces. I think I saw the chief in court a few times, but I've never.
Which side of the bench were you on?
I was only an observer. He was clearly on the Commonwealth side, it was okay.
I don't have any other questions.
I'm a trial lawyer too. There is a difference between a hearing lawyer and a trial lawyer. I prefer trials. I like trials. I like jury trials. I had one today. And I also am certified to be a federal lawyer as well. I do a lot of federal practice and administrative law practice, which is, you folks know, the fourth branch of government. And, my rates are $250 for the retainer and $85 an hour for general work and court time. We're able to pass on the savings because we have a lot of attorneys in our firm.
Okay.
I think you covered it.
What do you see as the biggest obstacle facing townships today, township supervisors today?
The lack of funds from the state and federal government. They're always taking away funds, and the constant struggle between, as an example, LSA. Everybody, we've all been promised, all of us, because South Franklin is similar to Donegal here. South Franklin, we fought so hard for years to finally get the sewage put in. And, they promise us funds for this, funds for that, and we're constantly having to battle back and forth to keep the LSA funds, for instance. And it's just seems like a losing battle, but, with hard work and perseverance, the little people can stand up to the big guys.
Can you tell me anything about, what do you see the duties of a supervisor to be?
Of a supervisor?
Yes, sir.
To represent the constituents to the best of their ability and to represent their best interests. For instance, not to keep going back to South Franklin, but again, it's very similar in size and scope. We had a public meeting informational about our sewage that's coming in. The usual question is, how much is the tap in? How much per foot do I have to tap in? I detected by sitting there and listening, a lot of it was there was a group of people that really wanted it. There's a group of people that said, well, okay, it's for the best of the township. There was a group of people that did not want it. So the biggest challenge and obstacle, I think, for a supervisor is to get that group that really wants it to kind of merge a little with the group that really doesn't want it, and to try to go across the aisle, to take a term from George W. Bush. Try to go across the aisle a little bit, and to try to bring people together in our small little community. Because truly, the most important aspect of government is the local government. Even more local than county, it's township, borough, the small municipality. Then county's the next important, state's the important, federal. You hear a lot about it on CNN and Fox and MSNBC. This is where America is.
Anything you wanna ask us?
Yeah, what the meetings, as I was looking in the meeting minutes, I see special meetings and a agenda meeting and a regular meeting.
Usually just have one meeting a month.
Yeah.
And sometimes,
Normally.
And you have an agenda meeting as well?
No.
Workshop meeting?
no,
Okay. All right.
sometimes we have a lot of business that, and we have to have special meetings.
From time to
Yeah,
time, sure,
but
absolutely.
we try not to.
No, it's fine, it's fine, I've been studying a lot about Donegal. I'm originally from Fayette County, and so Washington County is like Beverly Hills to me. And my wife is the assistant deputy for the clerk of courts. I've been practicing, like I said, for almost 17 years now. I have a daughter who's 7, same age as Jimmy's daughter, actually. No, Jimmy's is 8. And my daughter will be 8 in June, and she's my world. I love her to death. And she told me before I left today she's proud of her daddy, so I'm riding high right now. For now, but in 10 years from now, she might not want me around.
That's how that works.
Yeah,
Don't guarantee yet.
yeah.
Right after you teach her how to parallel park,
Well,
that's it.
I had her in the courthouse the other day. She was banging the gavel on Judge Emery's bench, so. But to tell a little bit about myself, I'm an avid, I like history. I was really pleased to see we had an opening prayer because I've been participating in a Bible study for the past 6 years with men of various denominations. Like I said, I like to read. I love gadgets. I'm a big gadget guy. If you want to distract me, throw an iPhone down and I'll like it. And I love sports. I love the local Speeders, Pirates, and Penguins, so that's about it.
Okay. Anybody else? You got a question or
Yeah, no, I had a question for him.
for him?
Yeah.
Nah,
Oh, you don't do that?
nah.
Nobody
Okay, I got a question for you
He'll
then.
get, if he gets the job, he'll get thrown to the wolves quick
Yeah.
enough.
I got a
It's
question for you.
okay.
One thing that came up before in discussion that